Hey folks, Quilly18 here, and welcome to another episode of the slow invasion of North America. Progress has indeed been very difficult, despite starting off pretty well. I don't know why you're standing there. You could really... Okay, Bangor's actually going to be alright, or not. Maybe reinforcing it will be very good. What do we want to do here? I'm not sure, actually. Just grab the tanks and see if we might be able to push in there. And if any of them break to the right, which I don't expect, but if they do, we could actually get a bit of a bop, which would be very, very nice. We have lost this area a few times. It's gone back and forth, but at the risk of losing it some more, I am going to go and try to extend that airbase, and again, build some radar stations up here. It is at the bottom of the queue. Oops, not this build queue. This one over here. But I guess that's fine. I'm actually going to move the... we'll let you finish. It's fine. Let's stop messing with you too much. Ile-de-France still has plenty of rebellion. We really need them to, like, properly just stop. Suppose I could change the way their stuff is managed, which might not be a bad idea. But if I was going to do that, I would have done that a lot sooner, so the fact that I haven't means that I won't. You guys, some of you are going to split off over here and help out there. You are going to assist in that combat. It does mean it... I think that stops all your digging, which actually I have to be a little bit more careful about the front line assists, I think. Although this one's going to be okay, because this should not be a front line soon. And you guys... over here as well. Lots of combat with, although they have plenty of dudes sitting there. Plenty of dudes. They got Patton defending. They've got the air superiority penalty. They've got a decryption advantage. Why is that? Don't I have just as much as they do? They must have some other, like, national bonus that's giving them a boost to decryption. It's a little bit annoying. Okay, there we go. We'll let you guys redeploy and figure out what we want to do with your dig-in. Meanwhile, over here, we're trying to see if we can't wrap around Vancouver a wee bit. And we're building a naval base over here to try to get some supplies in to the south, which is one of our big problems right now. You guys should be able to punch through there just fine, so please do that. That'll also help with our supply throughput. All right, and we do have, like, we have more armies coming in here, which... pros and cons. You know, more troops is good, but also has a chance of just overburdening our supply and being, and actually moving us backwards, making us fight worse because we're all just starving and out of stuff. To an anti-tank. I'm picking up some anti-tank tank. Not that I think I'm really going to attach any of that, but it could. And... your concern is actually just for wrapping around Vancouver, yeah. So I'm getting them some attack preparation here, but you can see that without the supplies, they're going to be pretty hard up. So we're mostly going to have to wait for that to start to come in. You guys are, in theory... okay, those guys have run away. Actually, with that in mind, I don't suppose... I know it's across river and whatnot. I don't suppose we can do one of those. Excellent. And you're going to try to sneak in there and do a little bit of that. So hopefully that'll work out okay. And what I think I'm going to do over here is grab... I don't know. A handful of you guys. You're going to be added to the teal group over there. Because then, if we do wrap around here, gold will be split, and so we'll be focusing on just having a teal, which is there to attack Vancouver and nothing else. Looks like America's moved a lot of troops over here, which probably means this side has been weakened. That doesn't appear to actually be true. It was a nice dream, though. We're going to get the tanks to move in there, and there, and there. Hard push that way. They just attacked, so they don't have any dig-in, and they may not have been at full organization either. We might be able to get a little sneak in over here, which would be quite nice. Meanwhile, motorized good, mechanized very good. We've got a lot of that. I'm wondering, are infantry divisions, if we shouldn't just rebuild them? As mechanized infantry. We have the supply for that. That would actually make them quite a bit tougher. They do need a lot more supplies. Oops, I goofed there. Hang on, reset. Mobile, mechanized. Mobile, mechanized. Ooh, which means I can't... Oh, that's kind of awkward. That I can't add regular infantry or artillery. Now, the speed... What's the speed of this, normally? How come I can't see it, actually? Is the speed not listed on these? That seems odd. But generally speaking, if I wanted this... No, it doesn't list the speed. I mean, I'm assuming the speed is just the artillery speed right now. So if I do this, our speed goes up to 12 kilometers an hour, which isn't bad. We can remove this, so I guess I could start a new line over here for modern self-propelled artillery. There we go, with the 20. It doesn't really matter how they're laid out, even though this looks a little dumb. There might actually be a cheaper way for us to do this, actually. Hold on, let me try this again. If I tell you to be mechanized, I mean, we have the points, but, and then mechanized, and then this is going to be armored, modern self-propelled artillery. There we go, combat with 20. Now, it's still 85 points regardless. Our organization drops a bit. I guess the motor, or the mechanized isn't quite as organized, but we get a lot more defense, plus a lot more attack. Yeah, okay, let's do this. Big change to all of our infantry. I didn't actually check to see if we had enough. We probably don't. Actually, we do. We're actually short on infantry equipment, weirdly enough. Which I wasn't really expecting. I'm going to put in a new line of this and put them at the top so that we actually use functional factories for that as they come online. There we go. Now, I don't know if that impacts how many supplies we need or whatever, but it may dramatically improve our fighting capabilities here. We haven't had an offensive plan here in a while, which actually means we're not getting a planning bonus, which isn't great. Is there any chance we could do something like that? I'm going to let you gear up your planning bonus before we do anything else. Oh, Guatemala joins the Allies. And they get called in. Halt. This guy's broken, but should be okay. They may have not even gotten their equipment quite yet. Okay, only some of you are moving away. I'm like, I don't think I want everyone to move, and that's indeed not what's going on. I don't suppose we can do that, and we can, at the risk of overextension. That's quite good. I'm going to get you guys to stay there and not go any further. Because this is a little scary, actually. There we go. Just getting some of you guys to move back over here to make sure we haven't overextended too much. Let's grab this airbase. Alright, good. Meanwhile, what does that do for Gold Squad over here? And in fact, since our marine invasions aren't working anymore either, I'm going to switch you guys to our infantry divisions. Which I'm going to be okay with doing. And yeah, we need more infantry equipment being built. Now, that is queued up. We've got actually quite a few of these in the queue. So I think we're going to be fine there. I don't think it represents as dire of a shortage as it might look at first blush. They are defending Vancouver quite heavily. And Teal Group's mission will be to take Vancouver. Which is going to require a little bit more surrounding. So we're going to work on that. Meanwhile, yeah, a lot of troops have been recalled over here. How are the Philippines? We haven't looked at the Philippines in a bit. And I have control over more troops there, which I will probably advance in somewhere. So Philippines attack group here. So all of you who belong to me, do that. And you guys, I'm going to take half of you and move there. And we'll get a proper surround on Manila. Okay, everyone jump in. There you go. Try to deal with that. Maybe what I'll do with these extra Japanese types, who are all green, I'll actually get you to join in over here. You should be able to do that pretty safely. Serbia wants to send more. Sure, Serbia. I'll get them assigned somewhere soon. We'll see. Okay. How'd that go? Looks like a no. Do we still... Okay, we've got our first level of port over here. Good. We're still getting a fair amount of attrition. And probably supply shortages over here. How come we're not getting pop-up? Oh, it's over there. Local infrastructure, yeah. You're going to finish that move, which is going to be great and hunky-dory. Okay. And in the east, I don't suppose this is grown to fit more airplanes? No, not yet. I think we do have the construction job, though. Yep, we do. Infrastructure's all been smashed to hell. We'll probably have to do some anti-bomber stuff. That's probably a fine attack. Yeah, not as good as we'd like. There we go. Why don't you... Actually... No, you started that. Cancel. Now you're getting counterattack. Okay, that's fine. Capping out the radar. We're really, like, out of tech. I'm going to cancel the Quebec side of that. And instead do this so we can get their airbase. So these airfields, any of them have a lot of room? You don't. You do, actually. So why don't you get a max strength strategic bomber wing. Bombard the hell out of this coast. You'll go only at night. But do what you can. Ooh, we're gonna lose that spot. That counterattack's not gonna go anywhere. I mean, it shouldn't get continuously pushed back, though. I think we will be okay. Oh, if we can take Quebec, that'll be quite nice, because that is a new source of supplies. And it looks like we will indeed take it. I'm gonna leave one of these dudes behind. That is really, really helpful. These tanks, can I get you to attack in over here? And punch? Not really, huh? Alright. There we go. That's quite good. I like that. You're going to hold Quebec for me. Quebec City. Really good. And then a run to Montreal on the other side of the river is probably in the cards. I love that we took the other side of the river over here. That's going to help. We're pushing back over here. And you guys, that's not even with this battle plan active. That's just me sort of mostly manually doing things. I think we can go ahead and hit play on that. Okay. Volunteers have arrived. Supply's going to be a lot better in the east over here. I don't know how Japan's going to get here, but I'm going to ask them to join that particular battle. We can research, but again, I'm not sure what. Here, we'll start getting some anti-air guns. Yeah, that's not working. And I can't... Can I go there? Yeah, but not really. They're really packing around Vancouver. So maybe we can take these guys. It's tough. They are in the mountains. And we're being attritioned, although they are too. We don't have the next base yet. I really want this spot. It looks like it is not in the cards yet. We are just too low on supply. And that's not going to stop being a problem anytime soon. I don't think that infrastructure on Vancouver Island is going to help. I think we need one more... Oh, no, we need more than that to start building infrastructure here. Oh, that's really sucky, actually. So they moved a lot of troops back here. I have a lot of troops back here, but supplies are a lot worse for me. And worse, actually, some of my war allies are moving some of their own units over here. So I may want to change something up. I may want to just pull back with a lot of dudes. Or it may mean that they have left their ports undefended. I still have some Marines. I still have some Marines. Give them a really good general. We're going to send them back to, say, this island over here. And we're going to have them plan an invasion over here. I'll lock that in, but I won't actually hit play. I'm going to give them a chance to get over there, get their supplies back, get reorganized. At least the push here is going very well. Let's take a look at the Philippines. And if I were to just go and right-click, any chance that this works? Not really. They're not my troops. Alright, just halt. Take that. We are still having a little bit of attrition over here. So some help to that would be good. And all the troops are currently in an army, so that's something. There we go. Take care of you. And yeah, I'll get you to run along the coast. Take this. And then come back around that way or something. We'll get this all wrapped up. And we'll get you focused over here. They shouldn't really starve out in the city, but this will make the situation better for us overall. Okay, that's something. We are still low on infantry equipment. We're actually losing 1.6k per day. Probably a lot through attrition in Western Canada, I suspect. Right, because we still have these guys here. And not all of my purple Marines are in place yet. Should probably just move some people over to Eastern Front. I mean, getting there is not easy. You know what? I'm going to decline. I can't really use your stuff. I'd rather just have them be on autopilot, like on defense somewhere. Although that might lead you to make really poor life choices. We'll see. I'm going to grab these 4 stacks of tanks. Punch there. Excellent. And actually, okay, mini counterattack, but not really. Ooh, we can do that. That's no, that's not going to work with reinforcements. Cancel your attack. Oh, the AI's decided to attack. There we go. Oh, probably because this guy was still attacking. You're going to reinforce there. Good. Yeah, we definitely have to keep Quebec. We'll push these guys back. We should be able to counterattack in Quebec City pretty easily, though. And we have more people moving in. And more. But I can manually take these tanks. There we go. They've just finished that. Take half of you. Move you in over here. Looks like they're being attrition now, which is good. They probably don't have much in the way of supplies up here. Which is going to make this counterattack work pretty well for us once we get that started. There we go. That's nice. Get another port. And keep progressing. Your way back there. Lots of planes buzzing around. You might get counterattacked there, but that's okay. Meanwhile, kind of expect this to work, but apparently I'm wrong. They're not attritioned enough yet. Now there we go. Another flank, tank leading the way. It might still get repelled at some point. But that's not too bad. And a lot of them are already moving back. And yeah, they've got sort of innately low organization, which is nice. I'm going to take you guys and move there, and these tanks, when you finish that move, do that. Okay. Take whoever's here first. Oh, you're going to attack that way? It may have been a bad... Looks like our offensive line is split now, so I'm going to go and just cancel it. And I'm going to encourage my guys just to get up to the front and hold the line. get some dig in, and then we'll figure out where we want to attack from there. Naval battle results here. Ooh, that's a proper battle going our way. Very nice there. And naval invasion of here. They're still not all in place. Wait a little bit longer. And my own troops, yeah, are really not in good shape, but I'm going to give this a try again. Because they're pretty attritioned as well. And that's some extra frontage that we had to hold for a long time there. Now, a lot of our troops don't have a whole lot of organization, so they will fall out of the battle quite quickly, but so will theirs. There we go. You guys don't have to move forward, because that'll just mess things up. Nope, they counterattacked here. But then we should be able to, well, counterattack. Really need to take Vancouver. Okay, they're failing to take that. We only have one mechanized infantry over here, but it is enough. I mean, so really at this point we've moved like well past World War II era into like Korean War era, I guess. Plus or minus, I'm not sure. And the units aren't quite right. Timeline isn't quite right. But overall it's not too shabby. Countering there. Just trying to figure out where I can manually attack here. That makes sense. And actually advances our cause. More dudes are arriving. Those are Japanese troops. Gain some territory around here. Ooh. Just push you back there. And again. And again. It's nice when they're arriving piecemeal like that. Retake that. And max you out, and then leave you as is. We did get a bunch of airports over here, which is wonderful to see. So I think we're just going to put more things in the East Coast. So New England Airport, let's go and grab all these strategic bombers for one. Deploy you there. And we might actually be able to grab air superiority. We've got... Where's my fighter jets? Fighter jets over here. And put 500. And... another 500. And actually, yeah, all on air superiority over here. Day and night is going to be fine. And you're one over your limit, but I think that's going to be okay. Plus, some things are constantly going to get destroyed over here, so it should be fine. So we'll keep trying to wreck their stuff. You are moving in there. And then, yeah, we'll just hold some territory over here. It's going to be okay. There we go. Ooh, 4 tanks. Can we push there? Yeah, no resistance, actually. And then, can we do that? There's a lot of guys there. They should be pretty broken. Actually, it's probably... never mind. Probably foolish. Instead, what we want to do is retake that, because I don't want to get my troops split up. No, don't retreat. That's not what I meant to have you do. Didn't realize we'd started getting attacked. Because now... okay, luckily these guys are here, because if these guys had landed there during the retreat, we would have gotten an overrun situation and lost some units, which would have been tragic. We are going to lose some stuff over here. Potentially. Alright, how are we doing in the west? That's looking a lot better. I don't suppose we have the ability to construct... nope, still don't have the ability to construct infrastructure. We also don't really have tanks over here. There we go. Next level attack jet. And I think that's probably it for our research. I don't know. Still really want to be able to get this. Okay, you. How you looking? Mostly good. Oh, one of them is not even mine. So you're still getting organized. We'll give you a little bit longer. But you should be quite happy to go whenever I hit play. Now, they do have a lot of info, so it wouldn't surprise me if they had something there. But if they don't, we can get a huge foothold over here. That would be massively important. Oh, I don't want to lose this spot. I hope that one of you guys are moving in there. Okay, good. That's hard fought. That's mountain. Losing it would suck. Alright, good enough. Go. Some of you would push in there. Oh, we're retreating across here. It's actually quite surprising. And here. A lot of supply problems still. What do we add over here? Level 3 naval base. Still, infrastructure shortages, but they're getting there. Or, the infrastructure I can improve. But at least we do have a naval base doing something. And yeah, if we can manage something over here, that would be pretty swell. Meanwhile, this push is progressing. And that's nice to see. I don't actually want to advance across the river here. Partially doing this to stop them from reinforcing the attack on this flank. Could leave me a little vulnerable there, but probably not. Got a lot of units in Quebec. Move some over here. And they'll automatically keep redeploying because there is a front line here. Speaking of, though, it might be time to put an offensive line down. So, I think I'm actually going to push up, say, this way. I don't know if we can do it, but maybe we can swing through Montreal and Ottawa. Don't think that would be enough to get Canada to capitulate. Because they still have Toronto over here. Worth 10 points. Ooh, it's being bombarded pretty heavily, like that. Especially the airfield damage is actually quite valuable. Meanwhile, how you guys doing? Oh my god, we landed! Okie dokie, that's gonna change a lot. Teal group, you can abandon Vancouver. You're coming over here as part of Group Purple. We are also gonna get an offensive line to head north, like that, and go. And I'm gonna split some of you off and just tell you to make the run now. Although holding this at all is potentially the most important. What's the other thing? Okay, it's only base level 1. But that's, you know, one of the reasons it was vulnerable. You wouldn't be guarded too heavily. So, oh, you gotta make that priority. Get that to increase. Also, one of you does have to stay. Alright, that's all done. That's progressing. I never did get the signal company. It could help, like the reinforcement rate could let us win some of those big battles a lot faster, and may be worth exploring. I think I'm going to take out a few more of these yellow dudes too. Oh! Hadn't noticed that counterattack. So you guys are moving in there, which is good. You're doing a strategic redeployment there. Could you stop doing that? Once you're done that, take half of you, go there. But yeah, you need to cut these off, which is still what's happening here. Wow, that is quite the counterattack. Cutting us off from a lot of very valuable supplies. Okay, I see the confusion here. Hold on a sec. Group Yellow, delete your automated orders. Then, you guys in the north are going to be part of a new army. And you, I'm going to tell you to halt your movement and hold that. And you're going to have an offensive command to take that. Meanwhile, Group Yellow, I'm probably going to have to tell you to halt your orders, unfortunately. You can do that with an offensive line to take that over there. I encourage you to start on that as soon as possible. So they'll have to do a bunch of redeployment. Well, that's not true, actually. I really want you to move in there as quickly as possible. Mountains be damned. But we took that over here, which is good. And our reinforcements are going to land soon. Hopefully help take that. I'm actually wondering if I should delay execution of the offensive part of the plan. I don't know. We've got enough troops here. It should be safe. And these guys are still going to be on YOLO mode. I'm going to take one of them, actually, and tell them to aim for Portland. You know what? I'm going to delete the offensive plan, actually. So the automated behavior will mostly just be defensive here. There's going to be a chance of getting cut off, but that's not too bad because we're going to get the extra ports and the control point over here. So I'll probably just split these guys into a new group, actually. which will get a slightly different set of orders. You guys are moving there. You're moving there. Excellent. Actually, this is kind of YOLO, but that would be nice. So yellow doesn't have any orders, which means we will stay in this location, which actually has got a level 3 base, which is nice. So that'll be another foothold, which is really nice to see. Gives us the ability to attack Vancouver from the south, potentially. So yeah, he's just going to sit here and entrench himself there, which is fine. And he's going to run and then try to go to Seattle, and then he's just going to entrench himself there. Which is very good. Actually, you could just assist from here. That'd be lovely. And get the Sacramento, maybe even make the run to San Francisco. I actually don't expect very many troops over here. It's a bit of a long line to hold. Might be a bit tricksy. Where are you going? No, see? Purple, you don't have this anymore. So you, halt. There you go. Get back over there. Same thing with you guys. Halt. Your job is to stay over here. Lovely. Very lovely. You guys, Sacramento, you're going to be trying to beeline right to San Francisco. And you'll actually fill this in here so that we don't end up with a broken front that's very confusing to the AI. You guys don't have any orders. There we go. So you've been reassigned to this front. Lovely. And you don't have any orders either, so do that. Excellent. Meanwhile, I'm going to get you to halt that attack and just help out over here. I'm actually going to get you to retreat into this tile as quickly as possible. Ooh, which means you won't really be able to help with the defensive fight here, and we might actually just get bopped. So it was a little too aggressive to make that run. I should have just left both people sitting in here and getting entrenched a little faster. This might work, though. It's pretty dicey. No, you're going to get moved over there. Never mind. Just entrench yourself. Oh, and just come back over here, and let's retake Sacramento. And call that good enough. Until we figure out what we want to do with everyone else. Meanwhile, this is still being incredibly annoying. Okay, looks like we are going to punch through over here. And if we can cut these guys off... No, but that's stopping. Halt then. That's not going to work either. Well, that's not good. Let's come down here instead. Any other volunteers for us? No. Getting more nukes. So, how do you deploy a nuke? I guess you just click on a province, right? You click somewhere. Drop a nuclear bomb. There we go. Let's nuke Boston. And New York. And Philadelphia. It's fine. It's fine. I'm feeling only very guilty. I'm going to move these guys down here to help with assisting in air superiority over there. This is not quite as good looking as it should be. I'm going to try to take that. And assist, and these guys are assisting as well, which is going to be quite nice. Oh my god, the nukes! Philadelphia just got nuked. Oh, we could nuke Washington. Atomic bombing of Pennsylvania. Yeah, bombing Washington also be good. Because I think what this does is it lowers their national unity. Oh yeah, they're only at 20%. Wow, we really don't have to take much to win. I wonder if we can get another paratrooper group and just drop on Washington. I think it's a little too far, unfortunately. Okay, so that worked out. I'm going to leave one of you guys behind. What What about Canada? Their national unity is very high. I should have just nuked Canada, and then they might... I mean, we don't have that much yet. If we take Montreal and certainly Ottawa, there's a good chance. I don't think the other nukes went through, though. Or maybe they did. Is there any way to find out? If I click on a terrain? They're kind of glowy. Everything's trashed down to nothing. So I'm thinking that all the nukes went off. What about Boston? Trashed down to nothing. Maybe it already was because of strategic bombing. I'm not sure. What's going on here? Banger. Being exposed like that. I don't like that. How are we doing on equipment? Motorized support, very good. Training these guys. Oh, that's not bad at all. You get no location set. Well, tell you what. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to have this as a location. And you're going to be told to join this group. You'll deploy now. And then, yeah, so you didn't have quite the equipment. Mechanized infantry. Infantry still short, mechanized still short, yeah. So making more divisions might not actually be the way to do this. And again, like, we have this huge vulnerability in the line over here because the distribution of dudes is just bizarre. Just very strange. Generating giant holes in our defense. I don't know why they're... I guess it was probably because of the attack. It was not a smooth attack, and that could definitely cause some issues. Stay there. And yeah, if we can get, like, defensive reinforcements from my allies, that would be very handy right around now. Because this could be a giant reversal. All of a sudden. And that would be poor. That would be poor. Can we get some more nuclear reactors and just keep nuking the shit out of everything? That was fun. They do take a long time to build. I do still have a couple being built. Right over there, so that'll accelerate the rate. Well, I don't really want to change things up too much. I'm gonna queue, but I'm gonna leave it as is. Yeah, see if you can't get around to Ottawa here. And these guys are coming in. They even got paratroopers. These are all Japanese troops as well that are finally arriving. Okay. Which might be one of the reasons the line was a little bit skewed up. They may have already allocated some of those troops to some of these places and they just hadn't arrived yet. It's very possible. Gonna grab Ottawa. And that makes Montreal the new capital. Interesting. Yeah, get in there. A surround of Montreal is probably not what we can manage quite yet. I'm okay with pulling back over here, though. Moved anti-air cannons. Going down again. We're not really using it, but... And the Free Military Factories continues to be a lie if we take a look here. You can see they're heavily damaged. But it's worth checking from time to time. We're really attacking Ottawa. Or Montreal right now. That seems a tiny bit premature. Oh yeah, and we did lose Banger over here. Let's just counterattack a bit there. That should be fine, and you guys can push in there. Or not, apparently. There we go. Who is this? Oh, Nationalist Spain jumping in. Took them a while to decide that this was the place to be. They were probably transmitting also from China and whatnot. That whole front. That makes a lot of sense. And trying to counterattack out of Montreal, and some of the people are leaving Montreal. There we go. Holding on to Ottawa there. Counterattack there. We do have to be worried about getting cut off here. But overall, things are going not too bad. And then, yeah, you don't have the material. We're definitely still building that up. And, yeah, I'll be nuking Canada next. Since it absolutely shatters their organization. Oh! I haven't checked on these guys yet. So those guys got bopped kind of as expected. I don't know who's attacking here. Just stop it. Your job is just to hold the line right now. National unity is 20% in the US, so 8% towards. So it's really not very much, despite the nukes. But there's a lot of victory points in the United States. See, I don't know. I think the nukes are supposed to affect that, but we'll try it again. Let's take a look at Canada and see how close they are, which won't be that much. It is closer than the US, though, and that's without having taken Montreal. But we've got the capital. Not for very long, though. You abandon that and actually just assist in holding Ottawa, please. Which I don't think is going to happen. I think we'll have to counterattack. Really, naval invasion in southern China. Speaking of that area of the world, though, how are the Philippines coming along? Okay. There we go. Just clean that up so we can finally take Manila. That will be helpful. Okay, we held Ottawa. Lovely. Lovely. It would be nice to just clean this up too, but that might be a little bit tricksy. So we may just have to accept that we'll have to leave some people behind. Alternatively, and this might be a lot better, is trim this down like that, and instead grab, say, a trio of you guys, and just assign you to garrison. Ooh, that's quite large, actually. It might not work the way I want. We'll have to see how it goes. Because I just want to leave some people standing in Quebec City, is really what I'm looking for here. Oh, and looks like we are indeed, let me get these tanks to help out, pushing into Montreal now. It ain't easy. Don't worry about Ottawa. Oh, we did lose that little spot there. We should hold that. If we pop Montreal, that's going to be huge. They're already getting a little bit of attrition. It is middle of winter again. Perfect time to be attacking Canada. Because they'll never see it coming. And German troops might hold there. They've got paratroopers. I don't think they're using those paratroopers, but they do have them. Alright. I'm going to push back over there. We lost Sacramento. I'm not going to push too much over here. 48 divisions. You know what? That sounds lovely. Let's take that. And you know what we're going to do with a lot of them? We're going to send them specifically right over here. And they're only infantry. They're mostly green. And do that for now. I'm going to wait for the rest. There we go. That's finally going to get pushed. Pushed back. They've run away. I still might not combine these two fronts. We'll see how it goes. I still want to take Vancouver. That's going to be a huge win. And actually will be a big blow to Canada. I wonder if I just nuke Vancouver. I could do it now if I got air superiority over the area. Let's see. I got another airport. British Columbia. Let's get 3, 4, 5, 6. Deploy you over here for air superiority. Oh, we've got 100% right now, because... Oh, no, we don't, because they actually had some of their own stuff operating. Right. Our troops are being bombed. That's unpleasant. Are you still deploying? Yeah, okay, you're still deploying. That's why I'm not getting the stats. I'm like, shouldn't I have numbers over here? But indeed I should. Some of them are in repair, day and night. When are you going to deploy? Oh, ages for now. Things, I don't think we're paused, but it did feel like things were going quite slow. We got the day-night cycle going on again. Let me turn that off. Okay, they're just really laggy when I have this open. Okay, when you have the air screen open, wow, that's interesting. So when are you expected to arrive, then? So I can just look at the date. 1900 on the 25th of January. Okay, so we'll just have to come back. But then we'll just nuke Canada. Especially once Montreal falls. Ooh, we might lose Ottawa here. Get in there. Quickly. I don't want to attack across river again. I don't know if we're going to be able to get there in time, but maybe. That battle may end, but we may be able to move in there before someone else does. Nope. Alright, cancel. Just sit tight. There we go. There goes Montreal. Should be worth a lot of victory points, and it is. And therefore also worth a good amount of supply. And yeah, your job is to try to hold that in the back. And we're going to just keep trying to just generally push in here. We're holding the line in a lot of places. We are pushing a little bit as well. Definitely going to hold Montreal. That I have no doubt about at this point. No do to boot it. Looks like we might retake Ottawa. Maybe not. I'll wait for this defense to end. And have them attack here. Oh, cancel and then go there. There we go. Much better. We're going to feel a lot more comfortable about that positioning. You're pushing in over there. Why don't you help out there? And actually, you do that instead. I don't know if we'll be able to take it, but we'll give it a try. And you're going to defend. And apparently push them more, which I'm not sure I agree with. But what I agree with, instead, is helping the attack on Ottawa. Again, when I nuke Vancouver, I'm hoping that might cause them to surrender. I have no idea. Oh, it might be a waste of a nuke. Are we actually moving into Vancouver now? Yeah, we are. And not even everyone's assisting. Get in there. Take Vancouver. How much Vancouver worth? 15. So there'll really only be Toronto left as a major center in Canada. So we'll nuke Toronto instead. So we still have some troops coming out over here, and actually there's even more that can join in. Yeah, and you still can't just click drag or anything. I would still like a slightly faster way to grab some of these people. You know, all unselected troops. So some people are slowly faring over. Actually, convoys are being blown up over here. So that's not great. I don't think we've got an airfield that can reach this area here. No, we haven't actually claimed one. But there we go. Having the air superiority over there may have helped. Improved anti-tank upgrade. Let's get the next one as well. And what air zone are we fighting in now? Well, we're sort of on the cusp between Eastern Canada and the East Coast, where we do have air superiority. And so, with Canada... Alright, we haven't actually claimed Vancouver yet, but soon. And again, we're going to get another naval base, one that's quite a bit higher level, level 5. Also a victory point place, which means we're going to get goods out of here. So that should help with our supply. Actually, you can see some of the skulls starting to disappear, which is nice to see. Now, we've got more people moving into Vancouver. So make sure there's a really good number over there. He who dares wins. And we're killing some Canadian ships over here. Lovely. This search and destroy group, actually going to put you on patrol duty. Know too little about this region, really? That seems kind of hard to believe. We even have some ships. Or is that the fleet that's already there? It is the fleet that's already there. Okay. So we still have sort of minimal knowledge, but it's not too bad. I'm tempted to build an airfield over here. Airfield and radar installations. Okay, I can't radar because I don't have enough, which probably means I can't airbase either. Alright, so we need more land. Although, wait, there's no one left over here. Hold on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa. You. Wait. I have 62 people in there? Wow, that's gotten a little crazy. Do we have... We don't. Let's promote you to Field Marshal. I mean, there's no defenses. It's not about, like, the number of stuff I have. It's the fact that there are no defenses here anymore. So we're going to push down to there and execute and go crazy. And just in case you need a little bit of manual encouragement, we're going to make sure that you're beelining to San Francisco. And actually, you are to beeline to Los Angeles. American troops may have moved over here to counter. I didn't realize that was empty. I should have left a command for these guys. Maybe a super cautious command. But still, let's do a VP rush. They have no national unity. It's not going to take a whole lot. Except for the fact they have a lot of victory points in their territory. I got to put a cut in here. But next episode, we may start to really rush at the U.S. and see if we can't get them to capitulate. And we've got another nuke and another one on its way. Are we making one every 14 days? Or no, next one's in 14 days. Still, that's very exciting. I'm super pumped about that. Canada, how close are you to capitulating? Not quite close enough. But what is left, really? I still want a better VP map mode. Oh, you retook Ottawa. Okay, and how much is... Toronto worth? Only 10. But yeah, we do need to hold on to Ottawa. And you're there. You're there. I wonder if that might be enough to push through. Okay, I gotta put a cut in here. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.